Hi there. I just wanted to drop in and share a few words on ways that we can move through overwhelm. I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how you can move through overwhelm. There is no doubt that we are facing a lot in the world right now. There is a war happening, there has been floods in Australia, there's COVID and a pandemic. There is a lot for us to carry mentally. There is a lot that is required in terms of our own resilience and our ability to move through these challenging times. So I wanted to share these ways that maybe you can ask yourself, how am I serving myself? How am I finding ways to reduce overwhelm, or how am I actually feeding this overwhelm? Sometimes we don't even realize that that's what we're doing. So the first one is really, the 3 things are related to hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And I really want to get you to think about, what are my boundaries around these 3 things? Because overwhelm is made worse when when our boundaries are not in place. So see no evil. That is quite hard because there is a lot of stuff being pumped to us all the time from every angle to make sure that we are on high alert and constantly needing to get more information so that we feel safe. So, first of all, I would say make sure that you have a tight boundary around what you are looking at every day in terms of news and media and social media, because that is either going to feed your overwhelm or it's going to reduce your overwhelm. So I don't want to minimize anything that's happening in the world right now, but I will say that there is being informed and there is also being obsessive about how much we are trying to be on top of everything that's happening. Because I would strongly encourage you to have strict boundaries around how much time you are looking at the news and social media, especially if you have a tendency to get overwhelmed. So maybe give yourself some kind of limit per day, and also ask yourself, is looking at this prompting me to take some kind of action off the back of this? Because if it's just passive consumption and it's just putting you into that stress, high alert, sympathetic nervous system, then it's not really of any use. So be informed, but really put a limit around how much time that you are putting on what you're seeing online at the moment. So that's my first tip. The second one is to actually look at, what am I hearing? What am I listening to in terms of things that are making me feel overwhelmed? And sometimes that can just be other people who are also feeling stressed or overwhelmed, telling you all of the things that is making them stressed or worried, or all the negative stuff that's happening. And perhaps it's also about limiting that and setting a boundary around how much you can hold for other people at the moment. Yes, listen, be there for people who need you, but don't just be a vessel for somebody else downloading all their stuff on you, particularly when you might be feeling a bit fragile, or like you're already holding so much in your own life. And then finally, the third piece is speak no evil. So we are the words that we speak. Our energy comes from the words that we create. So what are you talking about day in and day out? Is it elevating your state, or is it making you feel overwhelmed to keep talking about all of the tragedy in the world? So your mind will just want to gravitate to the negative. That's the right way that we're wired. So we have to override that and actually either find a boundary around the way we're speaking, or maybe just have 1 or 2 small outlets of people that we put a certain time limit around complaining or feeling stressed or downloading again on other people. So those are my 3 areas that I really, really want you to be thinking about. Where am I investing my energy and my time? What am I looking at? Because that is going to affect my brain. Even if it's not actually happening to me, my stress response thinks it's real. So it will go into overdrive and overwhelm. So what are you watching? Put a boundary around that. Who are you listening to, and what are you allowing to be said or downloaded onto you? And what are your words? Because your words create your reality. So watch what you're saying and try to limit the amount of sensational negative news that's happening, because it's not helping us unless we're going to take action from that. So those are my recommendations. If you are feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling a bit anxious, or you're feeling a bit stuck where you are right now, you're kind of not feeling your greatest sense of joy, I really encourage you to come and join me on my Elevate Your State challenge, where we're really going to look at how do we get to the deep into the science of how do we realign our mind when we go into these different states, whether it's overwhelm or underwhelm, where we just feel apathy and are not actually creating anything. So come join me. I would love to see you. It's for 5 days. It's free, and it's going to be about an hour per session. And we're really going to talk about all things related to the brain, the nervous system. We're going to talk about your mood, your emotions. We're going to talk about the power of connection. And we're going to also talk about some really beautiful happiness hacks that we need in the world right now. So I'll share the link below. Come and join me. It's going to be fun. I think all of us need a little bit of uplifting in these challenging times. And again, this isn't about dismissing how much is going on in the world and how hard this is for people. It's just helping us navigate through this challenging time. Have a beautiful rest of your day.